Today's story is about the first people who were told about the birth of Jesus. You might think that because they were the first, that they must be really important people. But that wasn't what happened. Surprisingly, the very first people to be told about Jesus were the shepherds. They were outside in the fields looking after their sheep. Of course, nobody wanted to be a shepherd, especially because it meant being outside all night in the cold. But this story reminds us that Jesus was born for everybody. Oh, it's a bit chilly up here on the hillside overlooking Bethlehem, especially on a clear night like this. You have to be tough to be a shepherd. Not that the people in the town notice us. They think we're just nobodies. In fact, in the recent census by the Roman Empire, they ignored us completely. I guess we're just not valued, especially like the carpenters and the stonemakers who make things for a living. Or maybe we're not considered clever like the tax collectors and the accountants. But I will tell you one thing. When you're up here in the hillsides, looking down at the land and looking up at the night sky with all the stars shining, we know what a beautiful world we live in. In fact, it was on a very night like this, as we were minding the sheep, that it seemed like all the stars started to get brighter and brighter. And then we began to hear singing. It was in the distance at first, but it grew louder and it seemed to get nearer. Then suddenly there was a bright light and the sky was filled with angels and they were singing so beautifully. It made you want to stop still, stop breathing and just listen forever. Then amazingly, one of the angels spoke to us. The angel said, "Don't be afraid. I bring you news to make your hearts sing. This night, in the town below in David's city, a child has been born who is to bring God's love to all people, from the lowest and the least to the greatest and the most important. Go now," the angel said, "to Bethlehem, and you will find this child lying in a manger and celebrate this incredible moment." Well, we were all stunned, and then everything turned to normal again. We all picked up our belongings and we ran into town and we searched for this child, and in the back streets we found the stable, and there, lying in a manger, was this baby that the angel had told us about. It was a wonderful moment, one that I'll never forget. We wasn't disappointed. Well, that's the surprising story about the first group of people to witness to the birth of Jesus. And the symbol for the Jesse tree today is a sheep. You can go and hang your sheep on the tree now. And it reminds us that this is a story for everyone, including you and me. I hope you enjoyed today's story.